Have you ever thought that something as simple as taking a shower could put your life at risk? For seniors over 70, this everyday routine can turn deadly if done at the wrong time of day. In the next few minutes, you'll uncover shocking truths about the hidden dangers lurking in your bathroom and learn life-saving steps to protect yourself or someone you love. Watch until the end to discover exactly when showering becomes most dangerous and the simple changes you can make today to stay safe. Because this knowledge could mean the difference between life and death. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video. You can help me continue to spread the old age lesson. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like this video, please comment number 1. If you don't like it, comment number 0 to let me know so I can make a better video for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. The fatal time window for senior showers. The timing of your daily shower could be putting your life at risk, particularly if you're over 70. Research conducted by Harvard Medical School has revealed a startling statistic. Showering during the early morning hours, specifically between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., increases the risk of fatal accidents by a staggering 80% for seniors. Why does this seemingly routine activity become so dangerous at this time of day? The answer lies in your body's internal rhythms, which work against you during these hours. Medical experts have identified that blood pressure regulation is at its most unstable in the early morning. During sleep, blood pressure naturally dips, only to rise sharply upon waking, a phenomenon known as the morning surge. This rapid fluctuation creates a precarious window where the cardiovascular system is under significant stress. Showering, an activity that involves changes in posture, exposure to warm water, and physical exertion, can exacerbate this instability, dramatically increasing the likelihood of falls, fainting, or even cardiovascular events like heart attacks or strokes. Dr. Richard Thompson, a leading researcher in geriatric cardiovascular health at Harvard, describes this as a perfect storm of physiological vulnerabilities. The early morning hours are when seniors are most susceptible to cardiovascular instability. He explains the combination of the morning surge in blood pressure, reduced balance, and the physical demands of showering creates a high-risk scenario for seniors. This 4 a.m. to 8 a.m. window is not just inconvenient, it's potentially deadly. To illustrate the real-world consequences, consider the story of Doris Williams, a 72-year-old retired school teacher from Philadelphia. Doris was a lifelong early riser who cherished her 6 a.m. shower as a refreshing start to her day. One morning, while lathering her hair, she was suddenly overcome by dizziness. Unable to steady herself, she slipped, fracturing her hip in the fall. The injury required surgery and weeks of hospitalization, followed by months of rehabilitation that drastically altered her quality of life. Her medical team later pinpointed the timing of her shower as a critical factor, explaining that her body's unstable blood pressure during those early hours likely triggered the dizziness that led to her accident. So, what can you do to protect yourself? The solution is both simple and urgent. Reschedule your shower to mid-morning, ideally between 10 a.m. and noon. By this time, your body's blood pressure and balance systems are more stabilized, and your alertness is at a peak, significantly reducing the risk of accidents. Don't delay this change. Act immediately. Grab a sticky note. Write down your new shower schedule and place it prominently on your bathroom mirror as a daily reminder. Better yet, share your plan with a family member or friend to reinforce your commitment. Are you willing to make this small adjustment to safeguard your health and independence? For anyone over 70, this isn't just a suggestion. It's a critical step toward preventing a life-altering tragedy. Number 2. Body temperature regulation dangers. Have you ever felt unexpectedly lightheaded during a hot shower or noticed that warm water seems to affect you more than it used to? As we age, our bodies undergo subtle but significant changes in their ability to regulate temperature, and these changes can turn a hot shower into a serious health hazard, especially in the early morning hours. If you're unsure how to proceed, don't hesitate to ask for help. Call a son, daughter, neighbor, or professional today. Finally, continue to avoid early morning showers, as the combination of low body temperature and hot water is a recipe for disaster. By making these changes now, you can prevent a temperature-related crisis that could strike without warning. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, Please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 7 is cognitive function and morning shower safety. Showering may seem like a straightforward task, but it requires a surprising degree of cognitive acuity, skills like spatial awareness, quick decision-making, and rapid reaction to hazards that are often compromised in the early morning hours. Neurologists at Stanford University have documented that cognitive function in seniors is at its lowest between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m., with reaction time slowed by up to 30% and decision-making impaired compared to midday performance. This cognitive dip, driven by the body's circadian rhythms, creates a dangerous mismatch between the demands of showering and the brain's ability to respond effectively, increasing the risk of accidents like slips, burns, or missteps. Dr. Jonathan Miller, a neurologist specializing in circadian rhythm impacts on brain function, elaborates in the early morning. The brain's prefrontal cortex, responsible for executive functions like planning and problem solving, is not operating at full capacity, particularly in adults over 65. This sluggishness affects everything from noticing a slippery surface to adjusting water temperature or catching yourself during a stumble. For seniors, showering during these hours is akin to navigating an obstacle course with a foggy mind. Dr. Miller notes that even subtle impairments, such as a delayed response to a change in water pressure or a misstep onto a bath mat, can escalate into serious injuries in the bathroom's unforgiving environment. The tragic case of Franklin Wilson, a 79-year-old retired engineer from Chicago, brings this risk into sharp focus. Known for his mental sharpness during the day, Franklin was accustomed to tackling complex puzzles and engaging in lively debates with friends. Yet, one morning at 6 a.m., he stepped into his shower and failed to notice that the water had turned scalding hot due to a faulty valve. By the time he registered the pain, he had sustained second-degree burns across his back and arms, requiring a 3-week hospital stay and extensive skin grafts. Reflecting on the incident, Franklin said, "If that had happened at noon, I would have sensed the heat and adjusted the knob in an instant. But at that hour, my brain felt like it was stuck in quicksand. I just wasn't all there." His experience highlights how even the most capable individuals can be undermined by the cognitive sluggishness of early morning hours. To safeguard yourself, prioritize shower timing that aligns with your brain's peak performance. Research suggests that cognitive function in seniors is sharpest between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., making this an ideal window for showering. If rescheduling isn't feasible, perhaps due to caregiving responsibilities or personal routines, take proactive steps to compensate for morning brain fog. Before showering, spend 5 to 10 minutes on a mental warm-up, such as solving a crossword puzzle, reading a short article, or doing light stretches to stimulate blood flow to the brain. In the bathroom, install safety features to reduce cognitive demands, non-slip mats to prevent slips, grab bars for stability, and a thermostatic shower valve to maintain consistent water temperature. Double-check the water before stepping in, and keep all necessary items like soap and towels within arm's reach to minimize distractions. For added protection, consider enlisting a family member to be nearby during your shower, providing an extra layer of oversight. These adjustments can significantly enhance your safety by bridging the gap between your brain's morning limitations and the demands of the task. Take a moment to reflect. Are you showering when your mind is truly equipped to handle the challenge? Or are you unknowingly rolling the dice with your safety? Now that you've heard the critical information about shower safety for seniors over 70, what have you learned that could change the way you or a loved one approaches this daily routine? From the dangers of early morning showers to the importance of hydration and medication timing, these simple changes can save lives. I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you'll put into practice to stay safe? Please share it in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more life-saving tips. Number 3. Medication timing and shower risk. If you're taking blood pressure medication, your morning shower could be far more dangerous than you realize. Many seniors are unaware that the timing of their medication can interact disastrously with their shower schedule, creating a hidden risk that cardiologists are increasingly alarmed about. According to experts at the Mayo Clinic, common blood pressure medications such as lisinopril, amlodipine, or metoprolol reach their peak effect in the early morning hours. amplifying the body's natural blood pressure fluctuations and creating what doctors call a double drop effect when combined with showering. Dr. Michael Ramirez, Director of Geriatric Cardiology at Mayo, elaborates on this phenomenon. Most seniors take their blood pressure medications first thing in the morning, often right after waking, he says. These medications lower blood pressure, which is already dropping naturally during a shower due to warm water and changes in posture. This combination can reduce blood flow to the brain to dangerous levels, leading to dizziness or fainting. The shower, with its hard surfaces and confined space, is one of the worst places for this to happen. The experience of Patricia Sullivan, a 76-year-old grandmother from Minnesota, underscores the importance of addressing this risk. Patricia had been taking her blood pressure medication, lisinopril, every morning at 6:30 a.m. Followed by her 7 a.m. shower. She began noticing episodes of dizziness that she dismissed as normal aging, until one morning when she nearly collapsed in the shower. Concerned, she consulted her doctor, who explained that her medication timing was creating a dangerous overlap with her shower routine. By adjusting her shower to mid-morning and taking her medication at least 3 hours earlier, Patricia eliminated her dizzy spells, restoring her confidence and safety. Here's your urgent action plan to avoid this preventable danger. First, contact your doctor today to discuss your medication schedule. Ask whether your blood pressure medications can be taken at a time that avoids overlapping with your shower, ideally at least 2 hours before or after. If you don't have a doctor's appointment scheduled, don't wait. A quick phone call to their office can often resolve this. Second, create a clear medication chart to track when you take your pills and when you shower, ensuring a safe separation between the two. Consider setting a daily alarm on your phone or clock as a reminder. By making these adjustments, you're not just tweaking your routine, you're taking a proactive step to prevent a catastrophic fall or fainting spell that could change your life in an instant. Number 4. Hidden bathroom dangers amplified by time of day. Your bathroom may seem like a familiar, safe space, but for seniors over 70, it can transform into a minefield of hazards during the early morning hours. Research from the National Institute on Aging reveals that perceptual abilities, particularly in low light conditions, decline by up to 60% in older adults, making pre-dawn bathroom navigation a significant risk. When combined with the slippery surfaces and confined spaces typical of bathrooms, this creates a dangerous environment that's responsible for countless injuries each year. Dr. Sarah Johnson, a geriatric ophthalmologist, explains why this matters. As we age, our eyes lose their ability to adapt to dim lighting, and contrast sensitivity diminishes significantly. She says, in the early morning, when natural light is minimal and artificial lighting may be inadequate, seniors are far less able to detect hazards like wet floors, misplaced towels, or uneven surfaces. The bathroom, already the most accident-prone room in the home, becomes exponentially more dangerous during these hours. The story of Gregory Harrison, an 81-year-old retired postal worker from Texas, illustrates the devastating consequences of these hidden risks. One morning at 5:30 a.m. Gregory stepped into his bathroom for his usual shower, unaware that a small puddle of water had accumulated on the tile floor overnight. In the dim light, he didn't notice the hazard, and his foot slipped, sending him crashing to the ground. The fall resulted in a hip fracture that required surgery and extensive rehabilitation, permanently limiting his mobility and forcing him to rely on a walker. Reflecting on the incident, Gregory said, "If I had just waited for daylight, I would have seen the water and avoided the fall that changed my life forever." To protect yourself from a similar fate, take immediate steps to make your bathroom safer, especially for early morning use. First, install motion-activated nightlights in your bathroom and along the pathway leading to it. These affordable devices automatically illuminate when you enter, providing critical visibility without requiring you to fumble for a light switch. Second, place non-slip mats with bright, high-contrast colors such as yellow or red on the floor, ensuring they're easily distinguishable even in low light. Third, consider adding grab bars near the shower and toilet for extra stability. These modifications are inexpensive, often costing less than $50 total, but their impact on your safety is priceless. If you're not handy, enlist a family member, friend, or professional to help with installation, and aim to complete these changes within the next 24 hours. Have you evaluated your bathroom with your aging vision in mind? Most seniors don't until a preventable accident forces them to confront the reality of their changing needs. Number 5 is the deadly combination of morning dehydration and showering. Each morning, as you step into the shower, you may unknowingly be entering a high-risk zone due to a dangerous interplay between dehydration and the physical demands of showering. After a full night's sleep, your body wakes up in a significantly dehydrated state, a condition that dramatically increases the likelihood of a fall by as much as 70% for seniors. According to research from Johns Hopkins University, this heightened risk stems from a physiological phenomenon known as orthostatic hypotension, where blood pressure plummets suddenly upon standing, leaving you dizzy and unsteady. Geriatric specialists emphasize that overnight fluid loss caused by normal respiration, perspiration, and lack of water intake primes the body for instability. When you combine this dehydrated state with the upright posture required in a shower, often exacerbated by warm water that dilates blood vessels, you create a perfect storm. Dr. William Parker, a leading researcher in geriatric hydration at Johns Hopkins, explains, seniors often wake up with fluid levels far lower than they realize. Standing in a hot shower causes blood to pool in the legs, reducing circulation to the brain. This can trigger dizziness or fainting, particularly in the early morning when dehydration is most severe. Consider the real-life example of Leonard Sullivan, a 77-year-old retiree who experienced persistent dizziness during his morning showers but felt perfectly fine later in the day. Initially puzzled, Leonard consulted his geriatrician, who identified morning dehydration as the culprit. By adopting a simple habit, drinking a full glass of water 15 minutes before showering, Leonard eliminated his symptoms. Reflecting on the change, he said, "It's astonishing how such a small adjustment solved what could have escalated into a life-threatening issue. I only wish I'd learned this sooner." To safeguard yourself, make hydration a non-negotiable part of your shower routine. Starting tomorrow, commit to drinking at least 12 to 16 ounces of water 15 minutes before stepping into the shower, regardless of the time of day. For convenience, place a dedicated water bottle in your bathroom as a visual cue to reinforce this habit. This minor adjustment could be the difference between a safe morning routine and a catastrophic fall. Ask yourself, are you willing to embrace this simple, potentially life-saving practice? If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment on number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Number 6 is emergency response time factors. The prospect of a fall during an early morning shower is alarming enough, but what happens in the aftermath can be even more dire. Emergency medicine research reveals a sobering reality. Seniors who fall between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. are 40% less likely to be discovered in time to receive life-saving care compared to falls at other times of day. This statistic reflects the unique challenges of early morning hours, when households are typically quiet, family members are asleep, and neighbors or caregivers are unlikely to check in. For a senior lying injured on a wet bathroom floor, these delays can transform a manageable incident into a tragic outcome, with complications like hypothermia, shock, or internal bleeding setting in before help arrives. Dr. Emily Rodriguez, a board-certified emergency medicine physician specializing in geriatric trauma, explains the stakes. The golden hour after a serious fall is a critical window for intervention. During this time, prompt medical attention can prevent irreversible damage or death. Unfortunately, seniors who fall in the early morning often remain undiscovered for hours, especially if they live alone or in a household where others are not yet awake. The combination of wet skin accelerating hypothermia, the inability to reach a phone or alert device, and the lack of routine check-ins creates a perfect storm of risk. Dr. Rodriguez adds that even in multi-person households, early morning falls are frequently missed because family members assume the senior is simply sleeping or occupied, delaying discovery until it's too late. The experience of Beatrice Harper, a 73-year-old widow from Seattle, underscores the gravity of this issue. One chilly morning at 5 a.m. Beatrice slipped while stepping out of her shower, fracturing her hip and hitting her head on the tile floor. Unable to move or call for help, she lay on the cold, wet surface for nearly 4 hours before a neighbor, noticing her unanswered phone, stopped by and found her. By the time paramedics arrived, Beatrice was suffering from severe hypothermia and dehydration, complications that prolonged her hospital stay and recovery. Her doctors later told her that had she fallen at midday, when her daughter typically called or neighbors were more likely to visit, her injuries might have been treated far sooner, avoiding the life-threatening hypothermia. Shaken by the ordeal, Beatrice overhauled her routine. She now showers exclusively at mid-morning when her support network is active and has arranged daily check-in calls with her daughter and a neighbor. "I never realized how vulnerable I was at that hour," Beatrice said. "Now, I take every precaution to make sure someone knows I'm okay. To avoid a similar fate, take immediate steps to bolster your safety. First, invest in a waterproof emergency call button designed specifically for bathroom use, ensuring it's installed within easy reach of your shower, ideally at a height accessible even if you're on the floor. These devices, which can connect to a monitoring service or directly alert family members, are widely available and relatively inexpensive, offering peace of mind that help is just a button away. Second, if early morning showers are unavoidable due to your schedule or preferences, establish a robust check-in system. Arrange for a family member, friend, or neighbor to call or text you before and after your shower, confirming that you've completed it safely. For example, a quick, "I'm about to shower" message, followed by an "all done" text, can ensure someone is aware of your status. If you live alone, consider joining a community program that offers daily wellness checks for seniors. Finally, evaluate whether you can shift your showers to later in the day, perhaps mid-morning or early afternoon, when household activity and social connections naturally increase the likelihood of prompt discovery in an emergency. These measures not only reduce risk, but also empower you to maintain your independence with confidence. Reflect on this critical question. If you fell at 5 a.m. tomorrow, how long would it take for someone to find you? For most seniors, the answer is a sobering reminder to act now.